Darling, I've been waiting for you for some time now. Waiting and watching. You are so delicious to watch, my lovely doll. The door is locked. But you won't want to leave anytime soon, would you? Here. Shh. Won't you turn around to face me? Hello there, my darling. Shh. Don't you remember? You live here in this old house all by yourself. Nothing around us but miles and miles of empty fields. It's why you came here, isn't it? That you would be alone with yourself. No one else to distract you. Absolutely perfect to meet and spend time with the one that you want to spend eternity with. I feel the same way, you know. It's why I came here as well, after all. You are why I came here to this farmhouse that time forgot. Shh, darling, don't cry. There's no need to be scared. I took this form specifically for you, you know. Oh, my eyes? They're buttons. Of course they are. Most of my creations have button eyes, you know. Why should my form be any different? My lovely little doll. If I'm not much mistaken, this is but the second time we've ever met, and the first time we met with us as adults. Sweet girl, do you not remember me? You don't. Oh, that's a shame. But I can always remind you. We met a long, long time ago in the noisy city. You were crying because you were alone. No other children your age would play with you. That's when I found you. We played together, you and I. I made you a friend, just so that you wouldn't be alone. Yes, the small doll with black button eyes. The one that your mother was suspicious of. I saw how she made you give it to her. I saw how she tore it apart. I felt your heart snap in two, and as you cried, I cried with you. A few months later, and you were gone. She took you away, far, far away from that old house. I followed. Wherever you went, I went. I kept myself mostly hidden, but I was worried about you. You were so small and the world was so large. I wanted to keep an eye on you. You made friends in the new house. You slowly forgot about me and of the friend that I made for you. You grew up, and I grew with you, staying out of sight. Always so close, but never here. Never here. And then, after you broke up with her, you came here, an adult, all on your own for the first time ever. You came here, to this lonely farmhouse, far away from anyone else. So, do you remember me now? Do you remember your old friend? So, what do you think? I know it's a bit more different than you remember. I had to update my look as I grew. But it's still me. It's still Miranda. Shh, dear. Stop trying to open that door. It's not going to open. I've sewn it shut. We're going to hang out up here in the attic for a while. Huh? Your phone? What do you plan to do with that? Oh, you're trying to call the police? sweet darling, why do you think there's no signal? How do you think I was able to sew off the rest of the house so easily? No, you're going to stay here until you get used to me again. Until we're the bestest of friends again. Maybe until we've become more than that. You see, I'm not content to just live here, away from you. I'm not content to just watch you live out your life alone. I want to be part of your life again. I want to be with you. I never want to part from you again. I will stay with you forever. I love you. I never got the chance to say that when we were younger, but I love you so much. Here, nothing can hurt you. Here, you can be safe, and we can play and laugh and sing and hug and do all these things that I couldn't until today. What do you say, my darling? Won't you stay here in my web? Darling, please stop clawing at that door. I told you a few times now that you won't be leaving for a while. No, perhaps you are hungry. I can make you something to eat. Come, this way. Why, yes, this door wasn't here before. I made it. Come. Yes, I've taken your hand in mine. This way, my beautiful doll. What do you think? Yes. Technically we are downstairs, but we are also still in the attic. Does that make any sense? No? Well, do you remember those games we used to play when we were small? When we would be pirates on the high seas, or astronauts dancing on the moon? Oh, or when we pretended to have a wedding. That was by far my favorite of all my old creations. Yes, you thought it was just your imagination. After all, how could you breathe on the moon? Or how could you have gone to sea and still come home in time for lunch? Without so much as a sunburn? No, I made the places. I have that talent. I can make things. I can take things from the real world and I can make them better. And I've gotten really good at it over the years. And again, there was the doll that I gave you. A small part of me that I left you when I had to return to my own little place. I found small pieces around your first home. Buttons, pieces of fabric, sewing needles, yarn. I make strings, so I got to work turning those small pieces into something that you could hold, something you could love. I kept those pieces. Long after your mother tore the first doll up, I collected the pieces and I've kept them. Some have long since worn away to nothingness, but the buttons are still here. I put them all into the form standing here before you. You don't have to be as harsh as that, my darling, but yes, this isn't technically my true form. I've shown you my real form before, when we were kids, but you started crying. You couldn't believe that it was really me. So I created something you could handle, and I've come to accept it as my true form. Here, sit at the table. Let me cook for you. What would you like for me to cook? Just some eggs and toast this time? As you wish, my dear. Anything to drink? Oh, hot cocoa. Some things never change, my little doll. It'll take a little while for the eggs to cook. Where did I get them? I told you, I can take things from your world. I hope you do not mind, but I took from your stock. But do not worry, I can always pull from another person's stock when or if yours runs out. Remember when I said that whatever I take, I can change? You don't have to worry about anything I make for you making you sick. Everything that I make for you will be perfect. If there's anything you don't like, Be sure to tell me, and I shall change it to suit you better. Ah, there we go. Eggs, toast, and hot cocoa. All for you, my treasure. Well, go on. You look as if I'm going to eat you or something. Nothing can be further from the truth. All I want to do is hug you and hold you close, to sing with you, to play games, to be a couple. And you never have to leave this place. But if you really must go back to your world, I completely understand. Just know that I will never leave your side. Yes, I'm perfectly capable of leaving my little place. When I move into somewhere, it becomes my place. Does that make sense? That means that when I move in with you, into the actual farmhouse, it becomes our place. My powers work just as much there as here. How are you enjoying your food? Oh, it's wonderful. That makes me happy, darling. We are going to have a lot of fun here, my beautiful doll. You know, I've taken to making so many different outfits for you. I changed them as we grew, all according to your tastes. You must have noticed that my outfit is almost exactly like the one you're wearing, but the color scheme is different. You have impeccable taste, darling. We truly are going to have a lot of fun here. You and I in our own little world far away from the other one you've known. We were apart for years, but now we're together again. And how you've grown. You are a beautiful lady standing before me, and well, I cannot compare to your beauty, to be sure, but I have my own little charm. I look forward to our lives from here on out, now that you're home. Welcome home, my little doll.